Hello everyone, and welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. We are continuing our exploration of the Big Moist, clearing out the locations. I believe this is actually the last location that we've had spawn that we haven't fully investigated. It's where we should have gone to start the chapter, but shh. The old boy Shadow likes to explore everywhere but the main path first. The main path is for people who have done everything else first. Alright, there was reports of a bunch of missing people. This place is actually fairly large. The sign identifies these waters as a site of historic importance. This pool is the birthplace of Largestmouth, a bass present at the signing of the Declaration of Independence. On August 2nd, 1792, he returned to his home waters to die, but his body was never found. Interesting. Don't believe everything you read about Largemouth bass and passion. Eyes suspiciously. Okay. I must remain vigilant. The guard seems a little nervous. Can't let down the fish again. Are the shotguns keeping you out or something else in? Who cares? I'm going inside. We all love Mr. Tracy here. State your business. Business? Which you must then. But for your own good, don't hang around. Largemouth Bass & Sons is cursed of late, stranger. The sales are down. Children are going missing. The bosses have stopped speaking to one another. I'd quit, but God help me, I love the damn fish. What goes on at this place? At Largemouth Bass & Sons, we fish largemouth bass, and most of us are sons. Why don't the bosses speak to one another? Between you and me, 3,600 largemouth bass. Misters Chapman and Tracy haven't been on speaking terms since Mr. Chapman was snubbed at the Academy Awards a few years back. They tolerate each other only because they both perform a function vital to the business, which is, Mr. Tracy debones the fish and Mr. Chapman rebones them. Only then are the fish ready for sale at the market. Are you saying you take out the fish's bones and then put them back in? It's tradition. For generations, a Chapman has deboned the bass and a Tracy rebones them. That unique process is what gives our bass its distinctive tang. Why? What do you think happened to the kids? You ask me? That's what I just did. Hell, they ran off. This life isn't for everyone. And Tom and Kathy, they never had the makings of a largemouth bass deboner or reboner. Can you tell me about Largestmouth bass? Largestmouth Luke. I've seen him, you know. Yeah? He's not dead like they say. How long can largemouth bass live? Normally only 20 years or so, but Largestmouth Luke is a special fish. Maybe someday I'll see him again. The guard sighs and you get the sense you shouldn't try further. Let's see. Ooh. I hope you're not planning on sticking that rod in there. Largemouth Bass & Sons have the exclusive license to fish those waters. Is there any way I can fish here? No. Largemouth Bass & Sons has the fishing license. Flex and say fishing might makes fishing right. That attitude might get you places at smallmouth bass and nephews, but we run things differently here. Damn. Viscous puddle reflects a gloomy face. Dr. Puddle or the man? Puddle, please. Hello, sir. He can't understand you. It's a puddle. Talk to him, the man. What's the matter with you? She left me. Who left you? Amphibious truck. Oh, so not a person. No, I'm more interested in amphibious trucks. So what happened to your truck? Our truck. It's the company truck. We use it to take the fish to market. A couple nights ago I forgot to fill her up before bed. And that must have really ticked her off, because the next morning she was gone. No, nothing. Could it have to do with the missing kids? Tom and Kathy? You'll have to talk to Mr. Chapman or Mr. Tracy about that. Maybe they took the truck? I don't know. Seems like a stretch. When did the children go missing? Well, same day as the truck. But I think that's probably a coincidence. Are you suggesting this truck is sentient? It's funny. I wouldn't have thought so. But I can't see any other explanation for it running off the way it has. Maybe someone stole it? What's this puddle here? It's the gas I never gave her that night. It's here, now, in our special place. Waiting for her to come home.
Is it working?
Obviously, you can see that it is not.
How far could someone have gone in the truck?
With the gas left in her, couldn't have gone further than 100 miles.
100 miles, okay.
No, 100. Sorry, 100 is fisherman's lingo. It means 11.
Okay.
She'll be back. She has to come back. She'll run out of gas otherwise, and then where will she be? Yeah.
Didn't we come across a truck in one of the quarries? Guard seems happy to be here, but skeptical of you. Yeah, hang on one sec before we explore any further. I feel like we encountered the truck. Oh, we gotta fight some bugs. Not a fan. We'll do a timpani and another timpani and okay. I guess go ahead and do a backstab on this one, and then just saxophone this one to death. This one off? You cannot. That's fine. That means Sir Suckington can do it. Good mosquito. One of these stink bugs surrenders, clearly in awe of either your strength or your smell. We've got a new pet, Stinky the stink bug. The stink bug keeps staring at you with a big grin on his little proboscis thing. Deals stench damage to all your enemies. Cold water bug egg. These eggs, like all of us, consist primarily of water. What is my current pet like? Max HP 50. That's a lot of HP. Muscle 9, Mysticality 10, Moxie 8. I like that it heals us. But I also might like stench damage to all enemies, because that bypasses physical defense. Oh, that's... Oh, okay, no, that's the dump truck that was naturally here. That I was thinking of. Oh, more bugs. Not a fan. Yeah, I generally just don't like investing resources and time into leveling up someone only to swap them out later. You'll notice that a lot with me in games with party mechanics like that. Oh, that was a bad move. I struggle a lot with that with Fire Emblem. They give you so many, but you're only allowed to use like a few of them. Alright, someone's taking a hit, and it's Gabby, because it's usually Gabby. Poor Gabby. Won. Hopefully you will also win in your upcoming nightmares. Wasp class. snakes, tick wasps, rigor mortis. Oh, we already have one of those. I see. No, okay, this is the one where everyone was turned into a frog. Oh, it's definitely not moss rock. No, okay, I don't even know why I'm here. Alright, I do not know where the truck got to. We'll find out later. Let's get back and finish exploring. There were 2 doors, I believe. Tracy House.
Emptied to magnify the misfortune of my stolen daughter.
Any idea who did this?
I have my suspicions, yes.
When did this happen?
3 nights ago. I'm still in shock. I can't even muster the strength to close the safe.
I can do that for you. It's not hard. Would you? Sure. I shut the safe.
Thanks.
The grizzled mariner must hate being stuck behind a desk. Greetings. As a mariner, do you hate being stuck behind a desk?
Excuse me, I make 6 figures a year behind this desk. Mind your manners, you're addressing Adam Tracy, Chief Deboning Officer of Largestmouth Bass & Sons. Do you hear about Kathy?
Saw some posters about missing children.
That's right. 3 nights ago, Kathy disappeared, along with all her clothes and possessions, the contents of that safe there, and the company truck. Oh, and the Chapman kid. Sounds like she might have run away from home. I'll excuse the remark as you don't know my Kathy, but suffice it to say, that's impossible. Kathy loves largemouth bass almost as much as assuming preordained roles in a multi-generational family business. No, Kathy would not simply leave home. There is a much simpler explanation. Occams Gator. Occams Gator? A monstrous gator man, centuries old, 10 feet tall if he's an inch, with scales as blue as the deepest ocean. He has 2 tails as sharp as razors, and he's not afraid to shave you. His appetites are insatiable. He'll strike at night and gobble up our fish, guns, tax returns, whatever. And now, my fear, my Kathy. I don't know what we did to provoke his ire, but that beast has bullied and bothered our business since my grandfather was in toddler pants. I sometimes think the swamp itself has summoned him up to be our tormentor.
I think Occam's Gator ate Kathy.
You have to understand, for decades, Occam's Gator has been the sole author of this business's misfortune. Could eat a child? Absolutely. That's his MO, or monstrous operandi.
If Occam's ate Kathy, aren't we too late?
Not necessarily. Occam's only handicap is his glacially slow digestion. Go ask Sylvester, a guard of ours. He was swallowed up by Occam's, but by stripping off in his belly and greasing his body in Occam's own fat, he was able to slither up and out of Occam's jaws while the great beast slept.
Okay, where can I find Sylvester?
I don't know. We had to terminate him for attempting to unionize.
Occam's Gator sounds made up.
There's nothing made up about a giant blue gator man who eats guns. One of our guards actually saw Occam's. Even took a shot at him, but conventional weapons have no effect.
Are you saying you haven't seen Occam's Gator?
I've seen the destruction he's wrought. I've certainly seen that.
Is there a finder's fee?
300 meat. My grandfather's fishing rod. But I'm running the show, all right, not Chapman. I know he's got a missing boy too, but you just can't involve a reboner in an operation like this. They're far too emotional. If you're dealing with me, you can keep him out of it.
How about throwing in fishing rights?
Got your eyes on a largemouth, eh? I'll give you 10 minutes alone with the fish. How about that? No questions asked.
What's special about this fishing rod?
What's special about it? You catch things that your scientists would say are impossible to find in water. How about that?
So it doesn't catch fish. Well, yes, fish, but also impossible things. Let me think about it. Sure. I'll be here while you think, and my daughter will be dissolving inside the belly of a gator. What do you do here? As I've said, I'm the chief deboning officer here. My team and I debone the largemouth bass, which is passed over to my colleague across the way for reboning. You're not close enough to read this. Yes, I am. Academy of Fresh and Saltwater Game Fish. Certificate of Nomination for Award. Be it known that Adam Tracy was nominated for an Academy. Was that spelled like that before and I just didn't see it? Award of Merit for Outstanding Achievement. Best Deboning Bass. Though the knife of the deboner doth still shape largemouth bass, and the world through our action, there are legion who do not believe, and wouldst tear down thy work. The Book of Garrett. It's the mess through there. Oh, I don't mind. No, I don't mean it's messy. I'm saying that's the room where we have meals. It's that type of mess. I thought they were only really use that term in the armed forces. You don't consider fishing to be part of the armed forces? What do you think we use to hold the rods? I don't know, your legs. It'd be dense. Hi, cat. There's a bass thawing in the sink and in each of the drawers. The refrigerator hums with quiet menace. Maybe it's the motor. The only item inside is a sardine salad sandwich in a cardboard box. The box is labeled Adams, do not eat. Okay, so I would not do this normally, but I bet this is going to have more lines of dialogue in the future. But it might make him hate us, so we'll leave it. I really want to eat that. I wish this game let you save scum. Sign says, take a bottle of bass oil. Why, it's glued to the table. Bottles, crate, the whole thing. You now notice the reverse of the sign, which reads, if you can. I took the sign. Used to be a sign here once. Now just a couple of bottles of damn bass oil glued to a table. What a metaphor for the state of labor in the country. Huzzah! Break the bonds of the glue with a satisfying feel. Why would we want bass oil for booze? From Largemouth Bass & Sons, a crate of largemouth bass oil. And Sons. Fishing cats are slow to trust. The cat ignores your attempts to befriend it. Only true loyalty to the fisherman's cause will win it. Alas. The door is locked, making this room even more disappointing. I could unlock that with the cursed key. But I could also maybe go in here. Looking for something. Looking for something. What's back here? Crew quarter. Off limits. You live here? Where the fish live when you live. Can I go inside? No, that's a space for the Tracy family. Like our crypt. Can I go to that? You better not. You'll need to find another entrance or think about marrying him. I can get in through there. But maybe hopefully we'll actually get the key. They think Occams Gator is going to show up, eh? Chapman's been through a lot. The chum bucket is inscribed, a stranger is just a chum you haven't met yet. The bucket is secured to the floor. Those are decorative! And the chum inside is the very first batch of chum ever made by Largemouth Bass & Sons, back in the summer of 1803. It reminds us of our humble beginnings. It reminds me of the hunt. Can I have it? No. Fishermen's cats are a touchy sort and regard unproven outsiders with the highest suspicion. True loyalty to the fisherman's cause will overcome its suspicions. Chum bucket is inscribed, champagne for my real chums, real pain for my sham chums. Chum bucket is inscribed, chum pain for my real chums, real pain for my chum chums. This one's a little more esoteric. What lies beyond that door is only for fishermen. What is it? Fish. Can I fish here? Ha! said is a no. What's back here, your quarters? And how'd you know that? That's where Mr. Tracy has his. Maybe the two of you are more similar than you'd like to admit. Back off, Freud! Can I go inside? Inside our family's private quarters? I'd sooner let a dogfish loose in my socks. Is that something you'd do? Rarely. Lo, with the reboning knife of righteousness, has a complete bass been forged. The Book of Karas. This must be the mess, right? It is! Where we proudly serve reboned fish, just the way we like it. I don't want to see you slipping any bones out of that fish. I mean, do you eat the bones? Or do you then take the bones out again to eat them like you would normally prepare fish? Can't make that promise. It's a mess all back there. I guess he probably just wouldn't let us back there normally. Hello there. I bet there was a thing there that I skipped. Do you ever wish you had a glorious death at sea? Ho-ho! Many a sea creature has tried to give me one, pal. But before they can put their teeth in me, I'd rebone them 6 ways to Suntag. He spits a wad of chewing tobacco out the door. Guy Chapman, Chief Reboning Officer, Largestmouth Bass & Sons. I hear about Tom. Find one child and you'll find the other. My Tom has been lured into the lair of Occams Gator by the Jezebel of a deboner's daughter. A good and true fisherman led astray by the delinquent sorceress who's never cared a Walt Whitman for what we do here with largemouth bass. Oh, Occams Gator, I've heard of him. Chapman's cheeks darkened to the murky hue of a humpback anglerfish. As long as there has been a largemouth bass and sons, there has been an Occams Gator, to our great misfortune. I'd venture that there is no creature of land nor sea quite so terrible. 12 feet tall he is, red as a furnace, with smoke billowing from his nostrils. He and his rapacious appetites are a plague on our business. He'll eat everything we've got. Largemouth bass. Everything. Keeps me up at night wondering what we did to deserve him. Is it a sin against the land to both debone and rebone fish? Perhaps, but damn it! That's what gives our bass its zing. Being a little sexist, don't you think? Not remotely. I'm not saying anything about her gender at all. I'm only saying that she may have gotten my boy eaten by a gatorman. But when you throw words like Jezebel around, that's a little loaded. Is it? Well, I didn't mean anything by it. I'm willing to change, but you have to be patient with me, alright? I'm old-fashioned, and I can't keep up with all these new ideas your generation has. Gender. Penicillin. How was Kathy responsible? Well, the arrogance of youth. Kathy Tracy never thought she had anything to fear from Occam's Gator. She didn't respect him. Several times I caught her attempting to summon the beast by shouting his name 3 times in a mirror or directly into the mouth of a bass. He was always going to end with her in Occam's belly. I just didn't think my Tom would be fool enough to go along with it. You think Tom's gonna run away on his own? Absolutely not. Tom's a 3rd-generation bass boy, proud and true. Why, just last month he said, I'm excited about my future and reboning largemouth bass, Dad. Does that sound like the words of a boy with one foot out the door? No, there's simpler explanation. The siren song of Kathy Tracy lures good men into the bellies of gators. It's her finder's fee. 200 meat for starters, and my mother's fishing rod for the entree. On one condition. I don't want you looking for Kathy on Tracy's dime. It's Tom that needs saving, and he needs saving from her. So that's the condition. Oh, and you need to also find Tom. So that's 2 conditions. Is it a special fishing rod? It is, and I'll tell you why. It has never caught a fish. Oh, that sounds worse than a normal fishing rod. It has never caught a fish. Always catches 2. Don't know how it works, don't want to know how it works. Just thank Poseidon for the bounty. I'm the chief reboning officer here at Largemouth Bass & Sons. Yeah, okay, whatever. Alright, so He offers less meat, but we get double the fish. He offers more meat, and we get a rod that offers impossible. Oh, I was not saying it right. Impossible catches. Now, maybe there's a way to get both of them to give me a reward. I mean, obviously, we're going to rescue both of the kids, but I want both rewards. So let's maybe find out. Okay, I have checked. It doesn't really matter, but we did apparently. The rights to fish here is really hard to get, and I managed to stumble my way into it correctly, so that is really awesome. We're gonna do him. Can I marry into your family? No thanks. Now, he didn't say it again here, but we did already have that conversation, so we should. Hoot! Now, Peter, gone by the front gate, was the last to see Occam's Gator in the sickening flesh. Peter chased him off our property to a revolting little hamlet, but dared not enter it himself. I'll mark it on your map. Convinced that's where you'll find Occam's, and inside Occam's, Kathy. Okay. Now, should probably go talk. Or not. What do you know about Occam's Gator? Oh, that's fake. It is? Yeah, that's a legend. An old vast wife's tale. Sometimes things go missing, or the business has a run of bad luck, and folks want a deeper explanation for it. But I can tell you that nobody here has ever laid eyes on a giant gator man. The bosses can't even agree on what he's supposed to look like. So Occam's Gator didn't kidnap those kids? I really doubt it. Your boss says you saw him. Didn't you ever tell a boss what they wanted to hear? There's gators in these parts, alright. I have to scare them off the property on an almost daily basis. But I've never seen some sort of Occam's Gator, no sir. As do all fairy tales, doesn't make them any more real. Alright, well, I know where we have to go. But we might as well go visit the hamlet. I'm not leaving, but thank you. The guards stop in their tracks and start sniffling around suspiciously. They're almost certain to notice you if you get any closer. Staying put isn't an option here. Which way do you want to go and how? Toward them, charge. Away from them, recharge? Yeah, we'll fight you. I ain't afeared. It's mainly just to break that. And that's 5, and that's 7. Okay, so we'll do the 7. Bonk. Bonk. And play the saxophone. Actually, we'll do it a U. A bit more of a danger. Gabby can wipe this one out. Turns out those gators should have been avoiding you. I am the terror that stalks the swamps. Kind of am at this point. Flooded hovel. Are you there? The handle on this fridge is busted. This is going to be a headache come lunchtime. No dice, and no door opening either. Whoever smashed in the handle wanted to keep you out, or keep something in. A magical talking sandwich, maybe. With great effort, you force the door open. Released from his refrigerated cage, a cold man squirms out into the muck, gasping for air. My God! You are my savior! One more day trapped in there and I would have succumbed completely to despair. Who are you? I am Fabi, an illustrator of the natural sciences. Arid steppes, glittering bergs of ice. Lately my interests have taken me into these damp lands. I am in my soggy period. How did you get in there? I was traveling to the swamp to sketch the native cypress, only to be caught in a net by these Gator-esque men. At first they allowed me to roam within the confines of this camp, but when I shouted for help at a passing truck, I was put into the refrigerator. What truck? Oh, it hurtled through the camp like a bass out of hell. It was a boy and girl at the wheel. When I called out, "Stop, I am a prisoner, take me with you." But they drove on. What makes a person do that? Where was the truck headed? North of here, I'm sure of it. North, huh? Since that driver at Largestmouth Bass & Sons is confident the truck could only make it 11 miles at most, you subtract from 11 the distance between this camp and the fishery. Seized with deductive euphoria, you do some quick calculations, which in your haste come out very wrong. You do them again, not rushing this time, and produce a promising lead. You know of a creature called Occams Gator. Occams Gator? Supposedly a large gator with two tails who breathes smoke from its nostrils. Oh yes, I think you are describing my mother-in-law. Haha. Okay, so you don't know. No, and I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. Melanie has always been kind to me. Okay. Every weekend she bakes me a ball of nougat. I apologize, Melanie. You want to leave? The way out is more or less clear. I do want to leave. That is a good guess. If we ever meet again, it would honor me to paint you a portrait. I am an artist, as you know. I cannot paint you right away, as I am in my soggy period. But if I conclude that work, or if you become soggy, well, who knows? Am I not soggy enough? Not for academia, no. Oh well. Refrigerator is still running. Where are they getting the electricity for this? It just looks like a stone slab. A safe hanging in an unsafe manner from the ceiling. It's got a combination lock on it. You don't know the combination. A sleeping gator man. Unless he's lying about being asleep, do not let him lie. Okay, if you say so. What would you like to do as an alternative to let this gator man continue sleeping? Search him. You reach into the water and carefully grope the gator man's pockets. At least you hope those are pockets. You find a scrap of paper. It's the combination to a gator man's safe. 3 numbers, too repulsive to even display here. Okay, now let's beat him up. Time to die! Die. Time to die. Die. Ooh, 14 sleaze damage. Nice. Like an alarm clock wired to a tranquilizer gun, you woke him up just to put him back to sleep. Excellent. You dial in the horrible combination and open the safe. You gain 623 meat. Score. Nice. Alright, let's go beat up. Oh, a dangling rusty meat hook is a tasteful accent for any style of decor. This must be the second shift. Luckily, they're all facing the other way. Alright, we're gonna let Sir Suckington handle this one, I think. I've been doing too many things on my own. Oh yeah, he does 11 damage now. That's one. You can totally get all 3 of them. Just focused, aren't you? Alright, finish him off. I guess whatever you do not finish, I will be able to with my saxophone, but I think you've got this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy with his little whistle arrow. Just whistle and the mosquito zips through them. absolute terror. Gatormen are remarkably good at building fires in a couple inches of water. I imagine they would be. It seems to be where the Gatormen store all of their terrible filth. What am I running into here? Oh, this one. Okay. A forge, presumably for hammering on terrible Gator metals. A rack of terrible, horrible-looking weapons. You grab the most appropriate one and leave the others to rest in peace. Swamp banjo. Banjo is the perfect swamp instrument because its metal body doesn't warp due to humidity and its obnoxious sound drives away mosquitoes. Moxie plus 5 physical damage and reduce target's stats by 2. I would do that, but I like having a non-physical damage attack to get through enemies with lots of physical defense. A terrible rusty metal fridge dangles from the ceilings of this terrible rusty metal hovel. Weird. None of this stuff is even perishable. This Gatorman seems less aggressive than is typical for these guys. Hi there. Great, human! Not eat! Great! Thanks, I appreciate that. You seem a bit more relaxed than the rest of the Gator folk. Yes! Oh, is it a hobo Gator? Everyone crazy, don't know reason. Not belong. Leave swamp. Where will you go? Don't know. Wander? Oh, like a hobo? Hobo? What that? Basically, someone who travels from place to place because they're looking for work or just don't have anywhere specific to be. Yes! Hobo Gator! First, though, need weapon. Defensive. Do you know any hobo code you can teach me? Hobo code? What that? Alright, you wouldn't know any yet. It's like little symbols that hobos use to leave messages for other hobos. Here, I can show you some of the basic ones. Aw, we're passing it on! You teach him the symbols for safe camp, cops here, and the increasingly rare and exciting pie on a windowsill. Offer him a weapon? Yeah, I'll give you a weapon. Is there anything I have multiples of? I've sold all my multiples. Got lots of Gator sticks, just take a Gator stick, dude. Try to find you something stronger. Gator stick does 5 base damage. You're not getting any of my unique stuff, I hope you know. You can have my great aunt's greatsword. Will you accept anything we have? Do you want a bag of spoiled vegetables? I mean, I think I offered him a 6, didn't I? You can't have my weapon. Six was enough, I see. Yes, good! Weapon strong, safe now. Thank you, man. No problem. You know, there's a bunch of hobos collecting in a camp outside of Ocean City. They're pretty accepting people. I don't think they'd mind you joining. Plus, it'd be handy to have some muscle around the place. Sound good. I go. I just gave up a unique item for you. There's apparently where the Gatormen keep their billions upon billions of swarming bugs. Oh, is this an infinite? I think it's an infinite. We're not going to do it again, unless it indicates that they're thinning out. Oh, I thought that would be enough to kill that one. That's fine. Get Orchestra Strike strucken. Aha, take that. Oh, they can heal too. That's not great. That's fine. We'll wipe them out here. Ooh, that was some good damage.
Thanks for that.
Didn't I get a new offhand that I wanted to equip last time? I didn't even look at what it said there. I guess not. Oh, that one's not bad. That one's just a stat reducer. That is technically the same thing as the Uncursed Pocket Watch, but better. So we might as well equip Gustav's egg. Yeah, we're just going to leave. To leave or not to leave, that is the question. Definitely to leave. That's not north. In a clearing, a band of Cub Scouts sing fight songs around a fire. Scout leaders wave you down. I don't know which way's which in this damn swamp, he whispers and shows you his compass. Can't find the damn North Star. I'm leading these boys in circles for 3 days. They figured me out, pal. It won't be marshmallows they're toasted tomorrow. Teach him how to read a compass. You remind him that the directions north and west were effectively switched at the turn of the century, and that he ought to be looking for the West Star. He claps you on the shoulder. Got it. I'd like to see him disrespect me now. He turns and walks face first into a beehive. That's a rip. The cab door hangs limply from its hinges. The truck has been abandoned for some time. There's nobody inside unless they are very small and hiding. Are they? Small and hiding? No. A newspaper left on the passenger seat is open to the classified page. Circled are advertisements for Mr. Rat's Hotel for working women and adults. You don't need it. It's yesterday's news. Search under the seats. The gas tank is located underneath the driver's seat, which has the advantage of lowering the truck's center of gravity. This gas tank is empty, which has the disadvantage of the truck not working. You also notice a tiny glint of metal. Key. Close the door. Eat the engine? Black smoke billows from the cowl. That engine is cooked. You can't eat something just because it is cooked. It is far too large to eat. It is just not possible to eat an engine. It would kill you even to try. Girding yourself, ambiance shift, against the overbearing heat, you wrench open the cowl and peer through the smoke, only to find that someone has beaten you to it. The engine has already been eaten. Next chance I get, I'm eating an engine. Sure. I really hope that comes back. This whole truck business sure feels like much ado about nothing. Do is a weird word. Is there nothing else I can do here? There's nothing amphibious about this truck. Okay, nothing else. Okay. Real quick. Oh. The site I saw mentioned the treehouse, but I guess that was just if we couldn't find the truck itself. Anyways. Hold on. Are you Tom and Kathy? Tom Chapman and Kathy Tracy? The boy nods slightly. You can see you put in the work to remember their surnames, and though you may be at cross purposes, respect must be paid. Who wants to know? I'm working for your bass fishing father. Which one? Don't answer. Doesn't matter. Take a last look. We're on the next bus out. Apparently we have to answer these in very specific ways. I need to take you back to your parents. Hell to that! You need to take us back like a bass needs bones. We're not going back, pal. Not ever. Largemouth Bass and Sons is a trap. All we can ever do there is repeat the same old toxic patterns that our fathers did, our grandfathers did. Debone the fish, rebone the fish, debone the fish. What's the point? It's a mindless life, and it's never going to change. No, pal, not for us. Better to die in poverty than to live a largemouth, basty boner or reboner. Unfortunately, I was hired to bring you home. Listen, friend, we're not going back. There's nothing and nobody that can make us. You can choose any option besides this one. Families are worried sick. No! No! Occams Gator! You have no power here. Occams Gator? That's a real guy? Occams Gator is... Why, he's the bane of our lives. Our family's lives. He has haunted us, tortured us, before I was even born. What does he want? Back! Did he just say back? Miserable back! We will be miserable if we go back. The Gator sneers. To your surprise, the beast apparently has no intention of killing or eating the children, but means to return them home to Largestmouth, Bass and Sons. But why? Why would it care? Want them to be miserable? Oh, yes. Miserable back. I don't know what Occams Gator wants except our whole family to be miserable. I don't know why else he torments us. Want to take them back? Be my guest. Come on now. You can't leave us to the mercy of this mutant. He was gonna try and take us back anyway, remember? Go ahead, take them. I assume I get paid either way. You know, they call Occams Gator a monster, but you're literally just as big a monster as he is. A slow smile creeps across Occams Gator's face, and keeps on growing until it's made a complete ring around his head. Well, that's terrifying. He whisks the children up in his claws and, carrying them under his armpits like two floppy baguettes, stomps away into the depths of the swamp. All's well that ends well. Can I take these down now? All the missing posters now? Okay. Alright, back to Largemouth, Bass and Sons. Quite embarrassed gentleman, waist-deep in swamp muck, gives you a wave. You seem to be stuck, he says, but I'm not too proud to ask for help. For a muscle man like yourself, it's an easy enough task to pull a man out of some mud. Which is good, because you have to do it another 5 times for this guy before he gets back on solid ground. Oh my. Right, it stopped raining. And there are those two. See, Tom and Kathy are home. Yes, I can see. They look thrilled. What's this about a guard who got eaten by Occams Gator? Sylvester didn't get eaten by anybody. I told him to say that because it was the only excuse the bosses would accept for a 2-hour lunch break. Occams Gator is real, I saw him. Oh, not another one. Let me check your forehead. You've been hanging around here a lot. I'm worried you might have come down with Bass Madness. Wouldn't you have Bass Madness since you're here all the time? I have Bass Fever. That's different. Bass Fever is an enthusiasm for largemouth bass, but it also means I'm immune to Bass Madness. Maybe I have Bass Fever. I can tell that you don't. To be honest, I'm not sure you care about fish at all. What makes you say that? Just your face. Very interesting. We all breathe a little easier tonight, my friend. And it's thanks to you. Kathy Tracy is home. I'm glad now. I never got around to telling her mother she was missing. Side door key. Allows you access to the fishery's inner sanctum, i.e. the fish. Our finest marine biologists and water wizards cannot explain how this fishing rod catches above average equipment and gear. The least finest of them can explain it, though, and they say the answer is length. I would like more thanks, please? Oh, alright, you've caught me in a sentimental mood. Can you believe they used to issue cigarettes to soldiers, and that they still do and probably will for like 50 more years? Bad for you, despite what the radio advertisements say. Can I marry into your family? No, I'm afraid we're all spoken for. Nothing personal, it's just that in the largemouth bass business, marriages are all arranged from a very young age. It's political, you understand. Oh yes, and I'll let you in on a secret. I'm thinking of rebranding as Largemouth Bass and Sons and Daughter. Rolls off the tongue, don't you think? And that would be appropriate, as it's how we slide the fish's bones out. Occams Gator is real. Yeah, I know. Hi, can I pet you now, cat? When she sees you, the cat leaps into your arms and licks your cheek with the vigor and sloppiness of an animal 10 times her size. Hey there, girl. What's your name? Cat nods at its collar. Scylla, it says. Scylla, huh? And what was that big lick for? The cat nods at the other side of the collar, which says you didn't go against the family. Okay, that's a very unique, it's a very specific collar message to have. 20% of meat drops? Nah. Key fits snugly in the lock. So snugly you can't get it out, in fact, but it does its job nonetheless. The austere bedding testifies to the Tracy family's rigorous aestheticism. One must purge body and mind of all comfort and distraction to achieve the hyper-focus of a bass fisherman. Secret candies? A bass fisherman should not be vulnerable to such temptations. Times are tough at Largemouth Bass and Sons, and pillows are in short supply. Spartan mattress holds no secrets. Look under the pillow. 16 teeth. Tooth Fairy skipped swamp for a while. New mouth starter kit. A navy blue slicker is the sole resident of the coat rack. Fierce rummaging yields a letter in the right pocket. The envelope appears unopened. Kathy's letter. A letter from Kathy Tracy addressed only to Dad. The post office will never be able to deliver that. Largemouth Bass eyes peek through the slats in the lockers. You're not afraid to be in this room. You're not supposed to be in this room. It's better if Adam doesn't see you leave through this door. Better for who? Better for you. You gave me the key. Hold on a moment. How'd you get in that room? Occams Gator. He nods. It would be just like him to leave the door unlocked after he abducted Kathy from her premarital bed. Agree this makes sense. Absolutely, yes. Love it. Okay, well, we need to go to the Chapman spot to be able to get into the fishing hole. And that is exactly what we shall do. Word is that Adam Tracy himself gave you fishing rights and the key to that door. Indeed he did. Well, I won't stop ye, but I'm registering my disapproval. You unlock the door and toss the key to Chapman. Here, you can argue with him about it. Alright. We will be able to get an achievement out of this. Largemouth bass fling themselves from the water with acrobatic ease. Whoa! No sooner has your hook reached the water than you feel upon it a pull. A strong tug that sends reverberations all the way up the line and through your bones. This bass is ready. It is ready for you. Now, bring your face closer, young one, and let me have the sight of you. Are you Largestmouth, Luke? Yea, and I know you, Sir Codsworth. 'Twas you I saw in mine vision that has stirred me from mine slumber death, and by whose warning I am returned to the affairs of this world one last time. I'm still uncomfortable with the fact that you talk. What vision is this? Why, that shadow widens its jaw with intent to devour the world entire, Sir Codsworth. But perhaps for you, and if I may, You? What do you mean? I am old, Sir Codsworth. Mine bones have withstood the rise and fall of empires. I have loved 100 hearts and watched them each expire, and all the while mine scales have scarcely lost their luster. There is little left of me now, Sir Codsworth, but when you have need of me, I shall be at your call. The road ahead is dark, Sir Codsworth, and there is much to do. He kisses you behind your ear. I shall be your champion. Largestmouth Luke drops back into the water, and you're conscious of something in your pocket that was not there before. Largestmouth Luke gave you this shell and a promise that when you have need of him, he will answer your call. Summon Largestmouth Luke in time of need once per fight, so I'll be able to use it multiple times. Oh, it's an offhand item. Oh, that's sweet. Till we meet again, Luke. The Prince of Tides achievement. You gaze fondly on the sacred waters whence Largestmouth Luke sprang. You also contemplate how sprang doesn't sound like a real word if you think about it too hard. Probably shouldn't bother Luke. I want to fish actual bass! Big sad. Hey, I saw Luke. I met Largestmouth Luke. He gasps. Then you are the one! The one? The one from the ballad. And in time shall come one who meets Largestmouth Luke. I've never heard of that song. How does the rest of it go? That's the entire song. Fascinating. Alright, well, we're out. Now, before I end this episode, because I know we're getting a little late, there is something I've been forgetting to do, and so we shall do that. Pretty sure we finished the hunter thing and are now able to sleep here. Yes, you did hunt enough gators to give a man a new voice. That proves you a hunter. Will you dream now, good hunter? I will. The hunter's dream. Can't go inside. Oh, you've wet yourself. Miss, Sir Codsworth wet himself. Get the principal. I don't have a principal, I'm an adult. Sir Codsworth peed himself. Sir Codsworth peed himself. Oh no, this isn't a hunter's dream. This is a hunter's nightmare. Pee pants, pee pants. What a rude pig. Wake up right now. What a dream. Felt so real. Perk, Hunter's Mark, +2 to melee weapon attacks. The mark of a good hunter. On awakening, something feels different. Maybe a bed sore? Alright, well that was pretty worth. Cigarette power. Cool. Alright, well, I think we are pretty much done in the swamp. Yeah, we've done all of the things that I can think of. Oh, I mean, we gotta come back for Will once we paint those fences, but that's in town. So yeah, next episode, I think we will be wrapping up this chapter. We might not get through all of it, because I know we also still have to uncurse the key. Either way, this is where we are going to leave off for today. So thank you to everyone for joining me. I hope you had fun. And I will see you all next time for some more Shadows Over Loathing.